Okay, this video is in MPEG 2, and I also noticed a setting that said to select the time setting. I don't know if that will divide the video up, and that's what I was really looking for. In the edit tools, it has literally the symbol for it is a pair of scissors and a clip. But when you clip it, all it does is stop it in the middle and then go back. So if you clip it, it just makes it so you can copy a section of it and then put it somewhere else. I don't even know if you can paste in between those sections, but it makes it so you can copy a piece and add it to like the end of it somehow or whatever. So it's really crazy. I may look high all the time and I don't know why, because I didn't smoke or drink it or anything or taken anything. So I think it's because I sleep a lot and because I don't eat a lot, but I sleep. I mean, I sort of eat a lot. When I do eat, I eat kind of a lot. I think average, really. Anyways, I was discussing these cartridge games and how I'm playing this Silhouette Mirage and stuff, and that how like on this bootleg Mario game that I was playing, it took me like a year to beat it because they put these little things that you almost have to glitch the game out to even do it, and you have to have prior knowledge unless you really hone in on some psychic skills. It's basically required that you have to know these levels, because the fact is that if you do it and you don't know the level, there's like in level 1 you have to get 5 extra lives, because throughout the game there's a point where you can't pass without trading a life for. So it makes, or coins or whatever. Point is, it's freaking ridiculous, and these programmers think that the harder they make it, the better the game is. That's not true. At least not for me. Maybe it's different taste in games like there is in music. I like a free roaming game. I like Grand Theft Auto. I don't like The Sims. I like the idea. Sims is okay, but it's more of a it's more of a, like a, you know, it's more of like a theme park game or a roller coaster game, or a bit one of these, own your own business games where you're just regulating costs and things of these fake places and fake people, and it can be educational and fun and stuff, but it's it's not what I would call a video game. You could do the same thing with a calculator, or a notepad or something. I particularly like free roaming games. I love Grand Theft Auto. At least I like San Andreas, but I also like the Godfather game, and games like that where you can just go around. Granted, I think that there should be more variety of things. There is more interaction and bigger places. I think that's the main thing. I think they're focusing so much on graphics, and that's stupid. Stop focusing on graphics. Use the graphics that you use for the PS1 or the PS2 version and the PS3 or 4 version, and make the landscapes huge. I'd like to see a world game. I'd like to see my always idea since I was younger is to have an entire planet. Maybe they couldn't use Google Earth, but that would be cool. To use a Google Earth map, and just being able to wander around the whole planet and see things. Maybe it's not really based on the actual things, but based on at least a planet, or a huge space. It doesn't even have to be a planet, just a huge setting, where you can go to. I like the San Andreas, where you could go in different cities, and and the problem is when they block it. I like Godfather because they didn't block you off. They're like, oh, you have to do this mission before you can go here, or you can't. You're swimming in the ocean, and then suddenly the reason a planet would be good is because you could come back around instead of you'd get to a certain point and you would hit an invisible wall. So I really think that there should be a game where it's just there's a whole planet and a fairly large planet. I mean, one that and you can put in codes to run really fast, so you can basically fast forward the whole walking or running process, because that can be tedious. But at first, it should be a code, a push button code. None of this action replay or Game Shark or Game Genie, if they even have Game Genie on whatever. Point is that's how they should do it. The free roaming game and more interaction. So, and I mean, it's a really simple thing. I mean, I could copy and paste the code, and that's basically what it would amount to. But for someone who wasn't aware of what's encoded in there, and it's a variety too. I think it's the variety of interaction. It's the variety of new things and new interactions. Not so much stats and have a little bar that makes you run faster every 10 missions you go on or something ridiculous. And I don't think there should be any one line of missions. It should be one of these choose your own ending stories where you can play the game in all different kinds of ways and come up with and there shouldn't be any ending per se, but there should be, though. I think that it should go along with the universal law, and that the ending is where everything starts happening at once, and pretty soon that you can do anything. But that would require, but do it in a way that's able to be obviously fit into the space that you can have to work with for a video game. So I think that could be the ultimate goal. Or I could do a lot of different things like that. So I think that would be really cool, and that would be something that I think that should be really looked at and looked into and done. And if it's not done in another 10 years or so, I'll have to make it myself. But the thing is, the whole point is it's a surprise. So I'll also have to erase the part of my memory that that's saying what's in it. Not the programming part, that'd be useful to make another one, but not the part that knows, the program part that knows how to program. The program part of my brain that's programmed to another program. Yeah, that part will stay intact, and I wouldn't really try to purposely delete my memory. It's not impossible. I mean, sort of is. But anyway, I'm going to get into memory. Talk about this game. I just see my time. I think that would be really cool to have a game like that. And have all different cities. As far as interaction, make windows able to be open. Make it's eye candy. So, there should be interaction. People don't have to, definitely have voice actors and text. That's important. So you can shut off the voice, put in the sound options. You can shut off the voice, just have text, or you can shut off the text or just have voice. We could have both, and that's cool. It doesn't take that. I'm thinking about it. It doesn't take that much room to have thousands. I know. You put them at low bit rate, and we can have these 16 whatever, very low, very small voice files, and you can have thousands and thousands of these, or tens of thousands even. So I would say have tens of thousands of different voice things. I mean, this is all something that I could do, given the resources of a programming computer to specifically do that, and a mass production line to distribute it, and then all that other stuff. But the basis of it is really easy. It's just the element of surprise that's important. So I would like to see it, and the price, man. I mean, if they're making, I understand the U.S. dollar maybe is devalued a little right now. Maybe it'll come up, maybe not. Sure it will at some point, as long as it's still a currency. But I don't want against that because I know it's devaluing and all that. But whatever currency it's sold in, it should be, you know, you should they shouldn't make the prices. I mean, they're charging like $100 or $50, and like average $50 when the game comes out, and that's crazy because it's just a piece of. It costs maybe a cent or less to make one. Even if it takes a while to program it, I don't think you need a whole team of programmers. I think now I'm seeing my audio be delayed, which is bleh. I didn't notice that before, and my video actually is delayed. I'm not really sure how to really fix this since I don't really have that much open. And computer is actually crunching. It may be because I have so many videos on here. Now it seems to be back to normal. Hopefully it is, and then it suddenly isn't. So they like move around a little. I don't know. It's actually, I don't know, but that's supposed to probably throw this off if it doesn't already get thrown off in the process of uploading it to YouTube. So, that's my little idea about games. They can be violent. I don't mind putting violence throughout them, but you know, I would leave out the sex and anything that's just plain. You know, I don't know. Like, I don't think you should be able to go around and have a game that simulates hurting animals or, you know, people is alright because it's, you know, I think that's alright because even though it's violent, it gives you a choice of what to do and stuff. And I just don't think that. I think because animals are sort of defenseless, and even if the person's defenseless in the game, it's just a game. But yeah, I think that putting any violence towards animals in a game would be whack. Even though entire premise of a lot of these side-scrolling games is just blasting little animals or whatever. So I think that just putting humans in it, you know, you can have little animals maybe here and there, but I think the interaction will occur with humans anyway. So that should be where I think there should be violence because that's what's fun in a game. That's what's sort of fun about games, even if it's just a game. You have to be able to, I think, to have fun in that aspect of it. Obviously, you know, people could have their own opinion and stuff. So that's my idea for a game. What else? Well, I'm going about other things. I sort of stopped short on a lot of other topics. Some I may have no clue about, and some I may be very well informed with. The programming language for a game, it's similar to C. I really don't know. I know there's some basic. They even sell games that aren't games, but titles for various systems that will let you program really simple game, like similar to like an Atari game or whatever. And I've seen those, but I've never been able to afford to get one, even though they're probably going for $5 or less on eBay currently. eBay's great, but it's difficult for me to shop on there because I don't have a credit card. Alright, I'll be back with another video.